Once upon a time, in a kingdom far away, there lived a beautiful princess named Snow White, whose beauty captivated all who saw her sparking jealousy in her wicked stepmother, the queen. Furious that Snow White was more beautiful, the queen ordered her men to take the princess far into the woods and leave her there. But Snow White's kind heart and resilience kept her hopeful. As she wandered deeper into the forest, Snow White stumbled upon a tiny cottage where she decided to rest, unaware that it belonged to 7 lovable dwarves who soon would change her life forever. When the dwarves returned home that evening, they were astonished to find Snow White in their cozy cottage, and her gentle spirit quickly won their hearts, creating a bond that would last. But the wicked queen was determined to reclaim her title as the fairest, so she disguised herself and approached Snow White with a poisoned apple, luring her with promises of beauty. As Snow White took a bite of the forbidden apple, she fell into a deep slumber, leaving the dwarves heartbroken, unable to bear the sight of their beloved princess in peril. Devastated by their loss, the dwarves decided to protect her, building a crystal glass coffin to keep her safe until true love could awaken her from the deep enchantment. One day, a brave and noble prince heard of the sleeping beauty and traveled to the dwarves' cottage, drawn by the tale of Snow White's enchanting beauty and the power of true love. With a loving kiss, the prince broke the queen's curse, and Snow White awoke from her long slumber, her heart filled with gratitude for the devoted dwarves and the brave prince. Reunited at last, Snow White and the prince pledged their love for each other, cherishing the friendship of the dwarves who had stood by her side during the darkest times. In a grand ceremony filled with love and joy, Snow White and the prince exchanged vows, their hearts intertwined forever, with the 7 dwarves celebrating their happiness beside them. As they began their new life together, Snow White and the prince strolled hand in hand through the enchanted forest, knowing that true love had triumphed over darkness, and friendship would forever remain in their hearts. From the castle balcony, Snow White and her prince gazed upon their happy kingdom, feeling the love of their people, knowing that together they would lead with kindness and courage. In their new home, the dwarves found joy in helping prepare a magnificent celebration for everyone, proving that love and friendship create the most wonderful memories. As laughter and joy resonated through the castle, Snow White raised her glass to toast her dear friends, cherishing the love that had brought them all together in celebration. With music filling the air, the dwarves performed a cheerful song that brought everyone together, making the celebration a night to remember for all of their friends and family. Under the starry sky, Snow White and her prince danced the night away, surrounded by loved ones, their hearts entwined in a magical moment made unforgettable by the warmth of friendship. As the festivities continued, the dwarves added to the merriment by showering the couple with confetti, sealing the night with laughter and unforgettable memories. Later that evening, while the celebrations continued below, Snow White and her prince shared a quiet moment together, reflecting on their journey and the love that brought them to this enchanting night. As the days passed, the dwarves decided to surprise Snow White and the prince with a special gift, eager to show their love and appreciation for the bond they all share. With excitement buzzing in the air, the dwarves finally presented their heartfelt gift to Snow White, who couldn't contain her joy and appreciation for the love they expressed. As Snow White unveiled the handcrafted music box, a wave of happiness washed over everyone, the enchanting melody resonating with the bonds they cherished. Overwhelmed with emotion, Snow White hugged her dear friends tightly, thanking them for the beautiful gift that symbolized their unbreakable bond. As the sun set behind the hills, laughter echoed through the castle while they reminisced about their adventures, cherishing every moment spent together. With the prince joining in on the festivities, the laughter grew louder as they all shared in the joy of friendship around the warmth of the bonfire. As stories and laughter filled the night air, the bond between Snow White, the prince, and the dwarves deepened, sparkling under the vast starlit sky. While the dwarves entertained with jokes, Snow White and the prince exchanged sweet glances, feeling the warmth of their love surrounded by good friends. Amidst the cheerful chaos, Snow White found a moment of peace, enchanted by the music box's tune, a reminder of the friendship that surrounded her. In that magical night, a toast was made to friendship and adventure as Snow White, the prince, and the dwarves celebrated the bonds that brought them together. As the celebration continued, laughter turned into dance, weaving together moments of joy that would forever be cherished in their hearts. As night gave way to dawn, the joyous celebration lingered on, embracing the warmth of friendship that shone brighter than the morning sun. With the dawn's arrival, Snow White and the prince savored a moment of tranquility, while the dwarves eagerly prepared to fill their bellies with a delicious breakfast. As they gathered around the breakfast table, laughter mingled with the delicious aroma of food, creating an atmosphere of warmth and community. In the midst of hearty laughter and shared stories, Snow White and the prince embraced the joyful spirit of their friendship, solidifying the bonds that connected them all. With a playful toast, the dwarves honored the love shared that day, while Snow White felt her heart swell with appreciation for the incredible friends gathered around her. As the sun bathed the gathering in warmth, the music box continued to play a gentle reminder of the enchanting memories created under the stars.